get a good feeling, yeah.
Ding ding ding, you've logged onto the King. We're going to show you Pete Ritchie's new SLH Outback. Pete has some particular fishing habits. He'll tell you about it in a sec. He's a local angler who does really well, and we've worked together with Pete to fit out something that just suits him perfect. So yeah, take it away, Pete. What do you like about this boat?
I've got the two rod holders here, which most of my fishing is generally tends to be trolling. However, if I do stop for a bait fish, I've got the anchor. I've only got the rear anchor here. Anchor trolley goes backwards. You don't want to be anchored from the front. I find that gets in the way. So we've set up a simple anchor trolley here that takes the anchor to the back. Means then I've got the three rod holders to bait fish from. And the forward one just gives me a bit of a better aspect. In case there's a bit of wind blowing or the tide blowing, you can set the rod holders up so there's two out one side and one pointing forward. So we can get a nice spread of three rods. And if I'm being really greedy, I'll take the fourth rod and just hold it. If I'm not fishing if I'm not bait fishing, then I've just got the two rods set up for trolling and the rest go in the rod holders behind me out of the way. Depth sound is in the sanded spot. Nice and easy to see, easy to read, and certainly easy to change the settings on it. I take the three GoPros with me, the two mounted on the kayak and the one mounted on the head. Just gives a different shot having the one pointing backwards, easy enough to reach with one button setup, and then the one mounted behind me again, easy to reach with one button press with the GoPro set up like that. The esky is the only non-standard item on the kayak, but we bought one to fit. It sits inside the wheel so it's snug right up tight behind me. The GoPro mounts to that. A good place to keep my bait and fish that I catch. That's clipped on, so if I need to take it off when we get home, wash it out, we just unclip it from the mounts and it's unclipped and washed in a matter of seconds. Normally I'll have a target species I'm fishing for on a particular day, but always like to carry a spare, either a heavy rod if I'm fishing light or a light rod if I'm fishing heavy. This way I'll have two rods rigged up with whatever I'm targeting, and then I might have a squid jig set up on another one or a lure set up on another one. So it just gives me variety to instantly grab a rod if something happens that you're not prepared for. You go, wow, there's a squid, throw out the squid jig. Or if I'm fishing light baits somewhere, I might put a whole squid on, just let it sit on the bottom. So it's all ready to go. And then obviously with the tackle box here, if I need to change rigs, I'll stay in seconds. So I think really it's a perfect layout for me, and tomorrow we'll go get it wet.
This was a triumph. I'm making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Aperture science. We do what we must because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. But there's no sense crying over every mistake. You just keep